Hello everybody, this is Krusty783 here, and we have some new information on the back half of Ninjago Crystalized. If you end up enjoying this video or finding it informative, be sure to leave a like rating on it and share it with a friend. And with that, let's get into the news. So, the news today gives a lot of credence to the reveal that Ninjago Crystalized Part 2 would start airing on TV networks in September, because Cartoon Network New Zealand is also going to be airing these new episodes in September. Being more specific, however, these episodes are coming out in Cartoon Network New Zealand on September 18th, 2022. So, what seems to be happening here is that Crystalized Part 2 is going to have a global rollout on all the different networks across the world, on anywhere from like midway through September to the end of September. And then once the airing is starting to wrap up on those networks, it will come to Netflix in October. Either that, or they'll air it weekly, and then just start putting the episodes up on Netflix weekly to go with it. However this in relation to Netflix ends up panning out, I think this is great news. Now October doesn't seem as bad as it did a few months ago when the date was announced, but I still think airing Part 2 first in October is a pretty bad move on LEGO's part. So I think if they start rolling it out in September, then do a full release on Netflix, is something obviously not ideal. I would honestly be all for. We do have more news today, however, which is the episode names and descriptions. So these are kind of mild spoilers. Episode 14 is kind of spoilery, like-ish, but 13 definitely isn't, 14 might be. So if you're concerned about spoilers in any form, click off the video now. So episode 13 of Crystalized, the spider's design, has the description: the ninja search for Lloyd and walk right into Harumi's traps as Lloyd falls victim to her manipulation. Which I think is pretty interesting. I'm excited to see what they mean by falling into her manipulation, because I mean, at this point, I would hope Lloyd's past falling into her, like, plans and schemes and stuff, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Our next description, however, is a lot more interesting, and I think this one ties into the image of Harumi we got the other week, which we assumed was showing how she survived the whole haunted thing. Ninjago Crystalized episode 14 is called A Sinister Shadow, and the description reads: Harumi tells Lloyd how she survived and became the Herald of the Crystal King. Lloyd learns her plan for Ninjago, but is powerless to stop her. This episode, I feel like, is going to be really good or really, really bad, and it's going to have no in between. I don't see this one just being okay. I am, however, excited to see what it entails and, like, if it's good or not. I assume that all of the leaked images we've been getting for the past few months are from this episode specifically, so this is going to be a pretty ambitious one, I think. I'm excited to see how it pans out. So, in conclusion, Ninjago Crystalized Part 2 seems to be having a global rollout on most all TV networks around September 18th. Also worth noting though, Crystalized Part 2 might be coming out in Korea on August 28th. Although this is yet to be seen, take this with a grain of salt. But we know pretty much for sure at this point that some point midway through September, Crystalized Part 2 will start airing on TVs. What we also know is that episode 13 will be called The Spider's Design and focus on the ninja's escape. Episode 14 will be called The Sinister Shadow and be focused on Harumi's plans and how she returned and stuff. I'm pretty sure this particular image of the shadowy Crystal King is what this Sinister Shadow is, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Before we go, thanks to my wonderful channel members. If you want to get a membership, be sure to hit the join button, although don't feel pressured to. If you like this video or found it informative, be sure to like it and share it with a friend. And if you like Ninjago videos like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.